Good morning, everyone. Okay, let us all stand for our opening prayer. Okay, let us bow down our head. Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins as we forgive those who have sinned against us. Do not bring us to the test, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Okay, please take your seats. How are you today? Okay, very good. I'm so happy to know that all of you are okay. But since unfortunately, two of your classmates are not around this time because of a very valid reason, it cannot be avoided. So we can give them excuse. But anyway, I am going to give them instructions. I should say remedial lesson for that. Okay, so for this class, or today, or this morning, our lesson is all about, or your competency is, give technical and operational definitions. Okay, everybody read? Very good. So what do you mean? Okay, what is the competency that you are going to master? Okay, very good. Give. So, and what are you going to give? Yes, technical and operational definitions. Later on, we are going to study about what technical definition is and what operational definition is all about. So, before that, let us first unlock. You know already what you mean when you say give. Okay, so we will focus here on technical. What do you mean by technical? Last time we discussed about informal and formal definitions. So aside from those kind or types of definitions, we also have this technical and operational definitions. Okay, so class, when you say technical, okay, technical meaning requires special knowledge to be understood. So that is what we mean by technical definition. It requires knowledge of the word so that you will understand the meaning. So basically in general, but don't worry, I am going to give you a more comprehensive definition, explanation of the definition. I'm just going to give you a glimpse of what the word technical is all about. Okay, so again, what is a technical? What do you mean by technical? Okay, very good. It means requiring special knowledge to be understood. How about operational? What verb are you going to, what is the base word or the root word of the word operational? Very good. It means operate. So when they say operate means, okay, it functions, it moves. Okay, so in other words, operational means functional or usable. In vernacular term, it means nagamit. Okay? So, we are going to discuss about technical and operational definitions. Question regarding the definition. Okay, now, why do we have to okay, so why do we have to study this lesson? Okay, so the importance for this lesson is, everybody read? Okay, it is important for you to effectively give the technical and operational definitions of words for what? Very good. For better understanding and usage of such terms. So that you can use the words properly. English words, you can use them properly and accordingly. English words, we know that English words class are ambiguous. What do you mean by the word ambiguous class? Okay, very good. Ambiguous means words having meaning which are open to be which are open for two or more meanings or interpretations. It can be interpreted this way, it can also be interpreted in the other way. It depends on the context, how it is being used. Thus, this skill, giving of technical and operational definitions, thus understanding the technical definition of word, and at the same time using it appropriately according to its context, will result in a better and efficient flow of communication. At this communications class, kaya is wala na isang ka-S din na. It's typographical error. Okay, any question regarding your the importance? Now, in this lesson class, okay, so I am expected that at the end of this lesson, you could give the technical and operational definitions of words from a given situation. So this time, I am trying to put or give how this words used in a certain situation or a certain context. Okay? Nice situation na we have, and then my instruction dito, how are you going to, if you follow the instruction, that's it. Now, since some of your classmates here are not around, one of your classmate class, I understand, is having his quarantine. Kay ilang parente, isa sila parente nga, who is also present in their house, is infected with COVID. I'm sure you know it already, the news. And then one of your classmates who is living at home, dapat sa baybay, is absent. Kay tapos sa iya ang papa para mangisda. Of course, we cannot let them left behind with this lesson. So upon knowing that class, I am giving them like module activities para hindi sila and of course you have to understand. Now, I have already talked with the parents, the concerned parents, and then later on, ilalingon sila according to them, I talked with the parents, and sila na, wow, daw ko nila ang module. But actually, I prepared 2 modules, this one, and then whatever we discussed here are all present here. So I tell the parent, I told the parents to get these modules. Now, isa mo di classmate ninyo, o ikaw classmate man ka, pare kung siyang mga mabilis ang aniha, na ipakuha ang module. Okay, so mo na to siya, classmate ninyo mawala ulit karoon, so they must be given extra attention. Okay? Okay. So, before we will discuss fully what technical definition, technical and formal definition is, let us first have a short review. Okay. Now, you know already 2 types of definition before. When we discussed about definition last first training, we discussed already formal and informal definition. Let's remember formal definition. Okay, very good. Yes, formal definition are logical definitions. Okay, they contain those all parts of the definition: the term, the class, and the differentiating. Yes, idea. Okay, formal definition is casual definitions. No, it could give your definition based on how you perceive the meaning. Okay, now let us try to. Okay, I want to volunteer to answer number 1. Okay, very good. Okay, can you read? Yes. A vinegar is a sour liquid that is used to flavor or preserve food or to clean things. Formal or informal? Yes, very good. It's a formal definition. Now, class, when you're talking about sour liquid, do you still remember this one in your chemistry class? What makes vinegar, class, sour? Okay. It is because of the acid present in the vinegar. What particular acid is this? You remember this one in your chemistry class, in your science? Okay, very good. What kind of acid? You can present in vinegar. Yes, very good. It is acetic acid. I hope. What are some of the acid class that you could still remember? Okay, very good. You have. Yes, citric acid. Ako na makita ng mga citric acid. Yes, from the lemon, sa mga orange. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, number 2. Bamboo is used to symbolize sturdiness like in the midst of storm. It is bending but never breaking. What is this? Oh yes, very good. It is an informal definition. What informal definition? Yes, it's coming from your own belief. Okay. Now, could you still remember in your Filipino class, the legend? What is legend in Filipino? Yes, alamat. Could you still remember? Okay. Now, in Filipino, we have this alamat ni malakas at ni maganda. Okay, that these two, the first couple, sprung from the bamboo. That is why, to us Filipinos, we are described as like bamboos. No, we just stretch, we just flex ourselves. No, kung may mga problema, we are resilient. We can bounce back. Okay. Yes. Sa Pilipino, ang alamat ni malakas at ni maganda. Now, were you able to tackle that one when you were in Filipino 7, no? Okay, very good. Number 3. Okay, cat is a favorite pet of Cleopatra. Is that a formal or informal definition? Yes, very good. That is an informal definition. Okay, because it has no logical explanation. It has no logic, no behind that definition. Now, in your history, Araling Panlipunan A, could you still remember Cleopatra class? Who is Cleopatra, by the way? Yes, very good. Cleopatra is one of the queens of ancient Egypt. Actually, he was the last ruler, Egyptian rulers. Could you still remember? Yes, Cleopatra. Cleopatra class belonged to the Ptolemy family. That's why, according to historians, the lineage of Cleopatra originated in Greece. That's why, according to historians, Cleopatra has the beauty of an Egyptian at the same time as the knowledge or education of Greeks. She's very intelligent, very she has lots of techniques in leadership. No, would you still remember how she died? Very good. She committed suicide. According to historians, she committed suicide by letting herself be bitten by a snake. What kind of snake? Well, there were debates about the kind of snake Cleopatra used on her suicide. One would claim that she used Egyptian cobra. Other historian would claim that she allowed herself to be bitten by an asp snake. But truly or certainly, these two snakes are very venomous. Okay? Now, next, number 4. Islam is the monotheistic religious system of Muslims founded in Arabia in the 7th century and based on teachings of Muhammad as laid down in Quran. Is this formal or informal? Yes, informal. A formal definition. Very good. Okay, number 5. Baking is a method of cooking using the dry heat of an oven. Class, is this formal or informal? Yes, a formal definition. Now, what's in your PLE, cookery? What's the difference, class, between baking and steaming? Okay, baking, you use dry heat from oven. Yes. Pero sa steaming class, it uses moist heat, meaning kanang basak na init coming from the vapor, hot vapor. Kanang magbukal-bukal dito na siya kasi ibutak, magluto-magluto, you have the steamer. And then, before mo magluto, ipabukalan, magpabukat mo tubig, and then you put the tofu there, and then it will rest. That is all about steaming. So baking, it doesn't mean bukal-bukal boiling water. No? As long as you have the oven in your PLE, you can cook. You can make bread, cakes, cookies, pies, whatever pastries you wish to have. Okay? So these are formal and informal definitions. Okay, question before we proceed. Okay, now very good. Now, before we go to our discussion, let us first have an activity that will give you a hint as to what is technical and what is operational definition. Okay. Now, I have here you are going to be paired accordingly. Now, each pair will be given a set of phrases wherein you are going to arrange to form a complete definition. No? Phrases, you are going to arrange them to form the complete definition. Then, you are going to identify, after completing the phrases, forming it into a sentence definition, you are going to decide whether this definition is abstract, conceptual, and theoretical, okay? Or these definitions are clear, concrete, can be measured or observed. Okay, now you're going to paste this one here. I am making a graphic organized table. Okay, so these are the phrases. Okay, one for you, the other one for you. Okay, actually, okay, very good, so you answer. I'll give you time to form. Okay, so yes, so you have your answers here. Okay, very good. So definition which are abstract, conceptual, or theoretical. Okay, what do you mean by abstract class? Okay, it's just an idea, no? From your mind. You hear the word, and then you learn it from the dictionary. Okay, so these are abstract, which cannot actually be perceived by your senses, by your sense of sight, pero you can understand. Okay, conceptual. Okay, it's an insight, no? It's just an insight in knowledge. Our definitions are concrete, makita ba? Pag the definition itself, okay, identify mo siya from the other words. Okay, why? Because it can be measured. Maihat mo. It can be observed, makita mo, obserbahan mo siya. Okay, so when you say, okay, very good, you have your answers here. Aggressive driving is defined as the operation of motor vehicle in manner that endangers persons or property. Okay. Punishment refers to a harsh or injurious treatment of an offense. Now, class, why did you say that the definition in the first column are definitions which are abstract, conceptual, or theoretical? Yes, very good. Because they are just definition containing idea. Yes, containing knowledge. But can you observe them? You see aggressive driving? That's the definition. Give a distinction from the other term. Na makapaamugin siya aggressive driving na siya. Can you say nga, tanang nag-drive din ha. Can you say nga, asa man din ha ang aggressive driving? Okay. So, no, wala. No, ingon man din na the operation mo can be endangers from manners or property. Let's take that. Okay. How about punishment refers? Okay. It's just an insight of what punishment is. Naabay di po tayo class nga kung saan klase ng punishment? Wala. So it's just a concept, a theory. Okay. So very good. How about this one? Carbohydrate is a compound composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Now class, why did you say that the definition is concrete? Can be measured? Yes, very good. Because of the components, no? Na ay tulog ka components, di enumerated class ang tulog ka component. What are these components? Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Yes. Muna siya makaingon na it can be measured. Kaya kami na tulog ka components. It's not 4, it's not 5, but 3. So it gives a distinction of what carbohydrate is compared to other nutrients. Okay. Another suspected COVID case refers to a patient with symptoms of disease and has a trouble history exposure to a COVID positive patient. Okay, naman ng class na, can you observe? Yes, kaya man din ng mga instances. It provides instances to concretely understand or give a distinction of what a COVID patient is. No? Kung sabi mga instances din, yes, has a symptoms of diseases. Okay, one has a trouble of history or exposure to other patients. More or less class, makabalo na mo unsay kalainan sa duha ka klase nga definitions. Now, these definitions, the definitions class in the first column are what you call as the technical definition, while the definitions in the second column are operational definitions. And actually, kanina class muna si mga descriptions sa duha ka definitions. Okay, we will try to understand. Sige. Now, let us first discuss what is a technical definition. Technical definition is a definition class that explains what a technical terminology or concept means to make communication in a specific field clearer. It tends to be abstract, conceptual, theoretical. Like what I have said, it's based on insight. It's based on idea. How you perceive, how you understand the word or the term. Now, basically, the terms which can be found in dictionary, these are technical. Kining mga dictionary class. Muna technical definitions ka na rin. Di ba, ganun ang klase na definition na yung mga kaning dictionary class, kaya sa lain-lain na field. Definitions from, okay, we have the medical dictionary. Mga dictionary na dito sa mga nurses. So these are technical definitions. There are also definitions na engineering. Those are definitions, technical definitions sa ilang field. Na definition mga dictionary sa legal profession. No? So, okay, mga gamiton po nila ng mga technical terms. Lain-lain mo based on certain words, technically. Kapag word technical, it needs a special skill to understand. It is usually provided by experts in the field. So, if you need to write technical definition of concept, you can always look for what experts say about it. It comes from the expert. More on idea, insight lang siya. No? Minun ka, just like this, what is punishment? It refers to harsh or injurious treatment of an offense. That's a technical term of what punishment is. It's just an idea. Oh, yes. No? Okay. So, we have here an example. World Bank 2013 defines financial capability as an individual's capability to move in one's best financial welfare given socio-economic, and environmental conditions. It includes the financial literacy, skills, attitudes, and behaviors of individual consumers in relation to the management of their resources and selecting and availing of financial services that best suit their needs. Okay, so kids of class, who do you think gives this particular definition? Yes, very good. These are the economists. No? Economists. Sila mo yung nag-describe what financial capability is all about. Okay, okay, so we also have another definition here. Technical definition is a definition in technical communication, describing or explaining technical terminology. They are used to introduce the vocabulary which makes communication in a particular field succinct and unambiguous. Okay, everybody read class. Succinct. What do you mean by succinct? Concise, clear. Okay, that is the meaning of succinct. Okay. Can you give a succinct summary of your report? Concise. Unambiguous, okay. Clear, only one meaning. Ambiguous, two or more meaning. Okay. Example here. Wave refers a measurement of gravitational force acting on an object. Okay, so that is the meaning of wave. Or pulse refers a regular expansion and contraction of artery caused by heart pumping blood to our body. No? Blood, we still remember in our biology. Okay, what does heart provide? Yes, it provides blood. It pumps blood. That's why natin mga, what we call this, blood vessels, no? The arteries, which brings oxygenated blood, and then the veins which bring, yes, kung saan siya ka ng blood na wala na oxygen, no? Back to the heart. Okay, so question about technical definitions. Very good. Just tell me na kung na ay problema, kung hindi kayo makasabot. I will repeat the explanation para hindi masabutan. Sabot ka? Okay, very good. Next, okay, now let us come to operational definition. Kung kanina class, technical definition provides a conceptual, abstract idea based on the experts. Operational definition is a statement describing how a specific term or concept is measured or how a condition object can be recognized. Yes. Diba? Ma-mention siya kay concrete. Makita ninyo, what's the distinction of this term from the other term? Just like the example here. Carbohydrate is a compound composed of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. What makes it distinct from the rest of nutrients? Yes, puro kapag ang iyang component, hydrogen, carbon, oxygen. Kung wala siya hydrogen, carbon dioxide siya. Yeah. So that's why concrete din siya. Okay? Now, another. The word operation. Say kung meaning yung operational class, yes, usable, functional. Magamit siya in a certain, laylay gamit sa context. No? Later on, ako i-explain ninyo. Operational means to describe what to do in a certain context. Operational definition must be clear, concrete, and precise to let a reader know exactly what to measure or observe. Just like this. The fastest runner is the one who reaches the finish line before all other runners. Maobserbahan mo kung saan fastest runner kagtong mag-una sa finish line from others. Muna siya maobserbahan ni mo. Oh, muna siya may kumakabal ka. Ang gini siya fastest runner, na siya distinctive statement. No? Okay, so may distinctive statement din na. One who reaches finish line before all other runners. Okay. Next, a financial capability response refers to the average score on a 12-item Likert scale. It can be measured on through 12-item Likert scale. Nabigyan measurement Di siya pwede 11, di siya pwede 10, 12, good siya. No, in other words, which is more specific class? Technical definition or operational? Yes, very good ang operational definition. Concrete, may mga maobserbahan, ma-measure na mo siya. Okay. Next. Okay. Now, yes. The main goal of operational definition is to provide clear, okay, and easily communicated meaning to a concept by identifying how it is measured and applied in a particular, also ng context class. Kasi kanina, yung ng context here, sir, also ng context, kaya upang certain situation class. That's what we mean. The situation is not the usage of the term is contextual. Meaning, usage is based on how it is being used in a certain situation. When contextual, based sa certain situation. Okay. Okay. Now, it provides a precise meaning of the term or concept forming common language among people. It defines how a term or concept is used in a specific situation. That's why, now class, na for example din para maklaro din ninyo. Now, remember that when you write an operational definition, it is very important to consider the context. Kasi itong context pinaklingon, yes, very good, based sa situation. Involve where the term is used. For example, class, the word clean table. Karon, kung saan man ako pasabot sa clean table. Now, it is based on context. Now, lain-lain, kung may operational definition class, it is based on a group of people kung saan napag-perceive ang clean table. What is clean table for an office worker? Lain lang yung operational definition. A clean table refers to one that is not cluttered. Muna siya sa office worker. Ano yung meaning? Work as different from sa waiter. Kung saan nangyayang ang definition sa clean table. Clean table refers to one that has been wiped with cloth and detergent. So, makita niyo ang kalainan sa office worker o sa waiter. No? Ma-measure pa rin siya class? Yes. Sa waiter. Kung saan siya? Kung maobserbahan, yes, may mo siyang clean table kung natapuhan siya with detergent o cloth. Muna siya, what you mean by it can be observed. How not cluttered, obserbahan na mo? Yes, you can observe. Kung wala ka ng upside, ano siya na-cluttered? No? How about for medical practitioner? Also, ang meaning niya sa clean table is very good. A clean table refers to one that has been disinfected with antibacterial agent to avoid the spread of contagion. So, lain-lain ang meaning sa operational definition based sa yaang situation. Nakuha class, ang sa kalainan sa technical o operational. Again, let us first know what it means. Okay. So, naadli mo ka na, so when you define a term operationally, you can ask yourself, does this definition give concrete description of what to observe or how to do things? Yes, muna siya yung pangutanan later on. Kinakamantay guide niya. No, because you're going to give technical and operational definition. Okay, now again, before the activity, also ganitong technical definition class? Yes, very good. Technical definition is a definition which are, yes, abstract, conceptual, theoretical, with asa galing sila gikan. Where are these definitions coming from? Yes, they are coming from the expert. What do you call this definition? Yes, very good. Technical definition. How about for operational definition? These are definitions which are concrete because they can be observed and measured, and it's based on the situation or what's the tawag class? Yes, it's based on the context. Okay. Also ng context sa siya, sitwasyon. Okay. Nasabtan? Very good. Okay. So to know, or for me to measure how far have you learned, let us first know, this define, no? And ako na to. Unsa ang Technical of operational definitions. Okay, number one. Substances that cause, okay, would like to answer, number one. Yes, okay, read. Substances that cause the litmus paper for P are acids. Operational, technical. Very good. This is an operational definition. Why? Yes, because it can be observed. Kung siyempre mo, when the litmus paper turned into pink, yes, that is acid. Kung ma-blue siya, so it's not acid. Muli mo pa sa class kung para to observe, do you observe? It can be observed. Okay? Number two. Yes, read. Yes, working women are women engaged in full-time people working at least 40 hours or more per week. Technical, operational. Yes, very good operational. Why? Yes, it can be measured. Oh, they can at least 40 hours. Oh, kung 30 hours lang, ba na siya working women? No. Kaya mo din 40 hours lang yun. Yes, muna siya operational definition. Number three. Punishment is a harsh and injurious treatment of an offense. Yes, we have answered that already. This is, yes, technical definition. Number four. Okay. Heart is a hollow muscular organ pumping blood around the body in the humans, situated in the center of the chest with an outlet directed to the left. Technical operational. Very good. Carry on. This is operational definition. Yan naman, the heart can be observed, you can observe. It is concrete, it is described distinctively. Nga, naka siya sa center. No? Dahil yung iyang apis, meaning yung tumoy na allocate sa left. Yes, it can be observed. Very good. This is an operational definition. How about technical? Number five. Intelligence is the ability to learn or understand from experience. Very good. That is what? Can you observe that? No. Can you measure? No. Therefore, it is, yes, technical definition. Okay, question. Tara na? Okay, now, class, between that, I'm sure I understand that ang pinakalisod yun siya makakita is ang operational. Now, this said nga, di ba yung ganina nga, when you give an operational definition, you have to ask question. What to observe? So that you can really say that this is exactly the meaning of the word. Okay. Therefore, your next activity is to define operationally. Now, write an operational definition for its underlying idea. Questions are given after a situation to guide you. Okay. So, you give kung saan ang third class na gamiton, himuan ninyo, operational definition. Very good. Poorest of the poor. O, kanang highlight din ha. Gibo. Okay. The sentence here is, only the poorest of the poor receive the cash assistance from the government. Now, who is the poorest of the poor? Muy question. Now, may guiding a sentence, you will just get a statement na makahatag ng distinctive character from other term. Okay. So, in other words, based on the sentence class, how are you going to define poorest of the poor? Okay. Yes, very good. The third poorest of the poor refers to the family who receive cash assistance from the government. Nakuha? Yes. So, can you now give operational definition? Very good. Now, next. Yes. You can be protected from infectious diseases by washing your hands thoroughly. Okay. Now, what does washing your hands thoroughly mean? Wait, pamutana. What material are used and how long is the washing done? Muna siya mga basic questions nga mugay mo para makadefine ka o kung saan ang washing your hand thoroughly means. Okay, so let us try to give the definition. Okay, try. Okay, washing your hands thoroughly means washing your hands for 2 minutes using antibacterial soap. Very good. That is the meaning of washing your hand means. Oh, nakuha sa obserbahan na ninyo. No? So, again, washing your hands thoroughly means how many minutes? Washing your hands for 2 minutes using antibacterial soap. Oh, so klaro na kaayo class. Muna po pasabot ko, operational definition. That's how you are going to give operational definition. Question. Okay, are you ready? Now, let us have another activity. Okay. For 3 minutes, you are going to give the technical and operational definition. What are the terms? Hunger. Okay? The term leader. Being friendly. So you give the technical, you also give the operational definition. Okay, I'll give you 3 minutes. Okay? Okay. You are going to do it by pair. So your partner perhaps will give the operational definition, and another one will give the technical definition. Now, class, as of this time, I hope you will understand. Dili sa mga groupings, class. Let's just do it by pair. Okay? We are now in the midst of COVID, and then as much as possible, we have to, avoid close contact with your class, your pool with other people, no? Sa ibang classmates mo especially. So by pair lang. And please observe proper distancing ha. Ang dili na nagiging magkuhan, ang istorya tingali mo. Okay, you use your, ikaw mo, pag-alim sa inyong kuhan, kaning, you use your mask, ang istorya mo. So, ang imong, magsabot mo, kasi mga technical, operational, i-share na lang dahil yung video. Katulad katag technical, i-share niya sa iyang pair sa iyang definition. Then the other one who does the operation will also share his definition to his pair partner. Okay? Okay, you start now. Okay, let us now answer. Okay, very good. Seems like all of you have got the correct answer. Let's clap our hands. Okay, very good. So, kabalo na yung kaayo mong class mo hatag o technical operational definition. Now, before we go to our evaluation, let us have first some questions. No. Okay, points pa. What particular question? Try to realize or reflect. What particular situation can you apply your skill in giving technical and operational definition? B? Asa mo natin, may ngumita, maggamit ba po ka nga competency, operational technical? Okay, let us try to reflect. Can we actually use this in real life situation? Yes. What? In what particular situation? Yes, very good. What is in your research making? When you define terms, be sure that it is technical. Oh. Yes, very good. In another, yes, when you make descriptive essay or narrative or essay making, when you make an essay, diba? Or article making, when you define terms there, is it you use operationally and technically? Very good. So, you have research, when you make essay, when you make article in your school paper, when you want to contribute your article, and then you will define something there as a very important word. So, it's the time for you to at least give the definition operationally or technically, depende sa imo ang sa detail, or depende sa imo ang purpose sa imo ang essay. When your essay when the purpose of your essay is to provide information, this basically, it is what? Technical or operational? Yes, technical. But when you try to share your idea, your own experience, based on a certain situation, and then you define things based on how you experience that is, yes, operational definition. Okay? Okay, number 2, let us try to answer. Now, class, in this time of pandemic, can your knowledge and skill in giving the technical and operational definitions be applied effectively? Give a concrete example of a situation. Oh, kamang ka-pandemic karon. Yes, di ba? When you share somebody to someone na ay classmate nimo, ay may mga friend, wagin ka ba lang usa ng COVID-19 pandemic. Oh, para yung masabtan nila, sa imo isang taga-idea. Oh, distinct from other disease. What makes COVID-19 distinct from other diseases?
previous diseases. So what will you give? Operational definition or operational technical. Okay, pwede ka makapag-technical, pwede ka operational. No? Kanang obserbahan yun niya. Okay, very good. Yes, yes, that's a good idea. Now, so since I think already everything is clear, now your last idea is a situation, no? I put this one in a certain situation. Okay, what will you do? Read the situation below and do what is exactly asked from you. Okay, that's number one. Huh? I'll just read number one and then you continue reading number 2, 3, and 4. Suppose you are an officer, no? It's a situation of a contextual class. And you will conduct a virtual seminar in every school about child abuse. So, ibutang na ito, get na ka sa DSWD. What is DSWD? What does DSWD mean? Department of Social Welfare and Development. Very good. Head ka, Ana. And then you are tasked to give a virtual seminar or, yes, to concretely give the idea of child abuse, you are to give the technical and operational definition of child abuse. So, number one, you give the technical, and number two, you will also give the operational definition. Okay? So, number two, dahil lang di ko alin ha. Number three, lang ito. Okay, so yung class, I am giving you answer sheets. You will use this one in answering. Okay? No need to use extra paper. You can use the blank part at the back if your answers are not enough on the space provided. Okay, I'll give you how many minutes? 5? Okay. You start now. Okay, are there questions? Okay, you start. 5 minutes. Okay, may have your answer? Okay, who like to answer number 1? Try ko na ito, kung check ba? Oh yes, very good. Number 1. Number 2. Yes, correct. Definitely, that's the correct answer. Number 3. Very good. Number 4. Oh yes, very good. Okay, I think all of you can already give technical and operational definitions of a certain term. Okay, so tomorrow we shall have another lesson. Okay, questions before we go? None. Okay, goodbye everyone. Okay, goodbye.